set me free. Got the streets all I need going home.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Braze's Saints. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And you know, Charles, as Larry pointed out in the open, got a couple of great quarterbacks set to square off here this afternoon. That ball's probably going to be flying all over the place, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. And the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. And both of these teams have top-flight signal callers.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Here comes the Detroit offense led by Matthew Stafford. Lost last week to Carolina, but you worked that game, and as we walked into the booth today, you told me Matthew Stafford is one tough dude.
He really is, because when you look at his career, and you've seen all the films, remember that pass game against Cleveland, we had the shoulder and said, no, I've got one more play in me, and threw the game-winning touchdown pass. Well, he does that on a weekly basis. This past week, that was his 101st straight start, which means he has to play through a lot of stuff, and in this game, he hurt his thigh.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The first carry for Ameer Abdullah. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. And we look now at the Lions offense.
With Matthew Stafford at quarterback and Marvin Jones and Golden Tate at wide receiver, we know that Detroit is proficient at throwing the football. But they want to increase their running game production. Only 30th in the league in 2016. They went out and signed offensive guard T.J. Lang and right tackle Ricky Wagner in order to try and get the running game going.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Last year, New Orleans dead last, number 32 in passing defense. Something that was exploited game after game. You know, though, those guys are tired of hearing about it. Now they just want to fix it.
And you fix it with players playing better. We know that. But also you fix it with scheme. You look at what you have and say, can we play the style that we played in 2016? And you and I both know the New Orleans defensive staff. They like to be aggressive. They like to get after the quarterback, put their guys in a lot of man coverage. Maybe we'll play a little more zone in 2017, take some of the pressure off of the back end of the defense.
Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
When you're drafted 12th overall, people expect big things out of you, and Sheldon Rankins can provide that. Big, strong, physical player, has excellent quickness, and is really good with his hands, keeping blockers off of him and allowing him to get upfield and into opposing backfields.
Second down now after the incompletion. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Back to throw. Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. In his 5th year from Appalachian State, it's Sam Martin on to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Leading him out, one of the all-time greats. Hard to believe in his 17th season now, Drew Brees.
His numbers sometimes are just absolutely staggering because last year threw for the 4th highest total in NFL history, 5,208 yards. Okay, now if you look in the record books, here's the number that he occupies in single-season passing. 2nd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, and 11th best single seasons in NFL history. That's crazy.
Yeah, you said staggering when you started talking, and I'm going to finish it with staggering. What a career it's been, and it continues for Mr. Brees. It's complete. Flainer, right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. Well, a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Ingram again, a first down carry. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And we roll through the starters for the Saints. And the news this week on Tuesday, Adrian Peterson was traded to Arizona. He never really got into a groove in New Orleans.
He didn't, but they took a calculated gamble in picking him up because Sean Payton, their head coach, has always operated really with 3 running backs. Guys who can carry it, guys who can catch it out of the backfield, rotate them through, keep them fresh. But in this case, Adrian Peterson is much more of a high-volume ball carrier, needs about 20 carries per game for maximum effectiveness. Wasn't going to get that in New Orleans. Mark Ingram's already there, and Alvin Kamara, the rookie out of Tennessee, he's really developed, and they've become their top 2 ball carriers.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Brees on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. When you and I did the weekly commentary updates last year, it seemed like we always used to talk about Michael Thomas week after week.
And it piled up. 92 catches on the season, but the thing that really struck me was doing a New Orleans game and talking with a few of his teammates. We talked about how much the game meant to him, and he was upset with guys he didn't think cared about the game enough. Unusual for a rookie, but it's a good sign for him.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Time now to see the starters on defense for Detroit. Let's see, you called their game against Carolina last week. Who do you want to talk about, partner?
How about Anthony Zettel, defensive end, 2nd year out of Penn State. He was a 6th-round pick last year, had 1 sack for the season. Worked really hard in the offseason, reshaped his body, reshaped his game, and now has an impact as the defensive end opposite Ziggy Ansah, who we know is a sack master. Zettel came into that game against Carolina with 4 sacks on the season, had 6 tackles in the game, and even better, he's quite the character. You can check out his videos online, tackling a tree while he was at Penn State.
Tackling a tree?
Doing the Thriller dance and a whole bunch of other things in there. This guy loves to have fun.
To throw is Breeze.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive. Yeah,
so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And now a first down following that long gain. Now the rookie out of Tennessee. This is Alvin Kamara. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Breeze now. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's got his man, that's Snead. Touchdown, New Orleans. Willie Snead, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A second down run for Abdullah. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's exactly what Detroit wants to do with Theo Riddick. Find a way to get him the ball on third down out of the backfield. Man's got excellent hands.
The numbers bear that out. 2 years ago, led all running backs with 80 catches. 10 games last year, 53 catches. Down, Abdullah, and an alley to run, and getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I know it's a cliche, and coaches always talk about it's a team game. We need all 11 to win. But let's face it, Detroit really needs Amir Abdullah to have runs like that all season long.
Missed a lot of time with injuries, especially recently. Now, Theo Riddick wound up leading the Lions in rushing last year with just 357 yards. They go back to Abdullah on first. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. 1 quarter down. 7-0 is our score. We'll head back to New Orleans. 1 New Orleans. After this. 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 1
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. From the gun, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Craig Robertson with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On second down, Ingram. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
You never know where motivation's going to come from. I remember 2016, Mark Ingram fumbled in 2 consecutive games. He got benched in the second game, but bounced back to go over 1,000 yards for the season.
Yeah, first time in his 6 NFL years that he's done that, finished with 1,043. Throwing on first down is Brees. Left side and caught by Flainer. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They toss to Ingram, and a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked down hard, near the 42. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
The Lions gave up 177 rushing yards to Seattle in their playoff loss last year. And DeAndre Levy, their best inside linebacker, no longer with the team. That made Jared Davis out of Florida a really good selection for the Lions.
goes to throw on second down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive. A second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
After the interception, here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Abdullah on the counter, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Stafford. And Tate's got it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there's Golden Tate doing exactly what he does well. Extra yards after the catch.
Yeah, exactly. To your point, among wide receivers, no one had more yards after the catch than Tate last year at 635. They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Ebron caught left side. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
Eric Ebron's got skills to spare. They just want the production to equal those, and you need some good health in order to get that done. Had 61 catches in 2016, battling an ankle.
Yeah, the surprise, though, just one of those 61 hit pay dirt. To the ground now. Here's Abdullah. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
From the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, their offense has struggled for sure, but they get the field goal here and at least get on the board before half.
And that's not something we should underestimate, because just getting points on the board can sometimes have a settling effect on a team. Helps them start their comeback.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Brees gives it up to Ingram. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, Brees. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is knocked down from the side at the 49. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Brees. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. Brees now on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Thomas. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Second down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On 1st down, Stafford here. Ebron with it over the middle. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. Jones has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. A final shot before the break. Stafford. A dump off for Abdullah. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Saints right now are doing a good job protecting their house. The Lions haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Saints have it midway through the first. Breeze is going to complete the pass, and he ends up at the 39-yard line before he stopped on the play. Same drive. Breeze going to find his mark, and he goes in for 6. That takes the lead up to 7. We go to the second quarter. Breeze is on target here, and he'll be tackled at their own 44-yard line. Saints have it at the 2. Ingram's going to look for a gap, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. The Saints push their lead to 11.
All right, Larry, these two teams back out there as we get set and ready for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ready? Ready?
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Saints on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready? 5-5-5.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Tahir Whitehead leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, here's Breeze. Caught right side, it's Snead. And a nice gain at 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Now Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Breeze hands to Ingram. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Akeem Spence with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Lions will take over. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They start the drive with Abdullah. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go with 2nd and 7. Again, it's Abdullah. Oh, spinning away. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Now the second-year man from South Dakota State, it's Zach Zenner. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Stafford gives to Abdullah. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Throwing on third down, Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. To return it, Alvin Kamara. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Let's shift gears for a second. You and I were discussing quarterbacks from that 2004 draft class that have maybe fallen off a little bit. Not riding them up, but Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers struggling a little bit this season.
They certainly are, and Roethlisberger may be the most glaring because he's on a team that still leads their division. Pittsburgh at 3-2 at this point, but he threw 5 interceptions, 2 pick-sixes in his last outing against Jacksonville. Manning and, of course, Rivers, neither one of their teams likely to make the playoffs. So maybe there's room for the new guard. Maybe a Cam Newton coming in, or Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Well, I guess he's been around for a while, but some of those guys, just a changing of the guard at that position to some degree.
Trying to ascend to the top, and maybe some of those younger guys like Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Derek Carr. We'll see.
The Saints on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here come the Lions now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the offense will now face a 2nd and 14 after that last penalty. Stafford. Fells has it, left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. The Lions on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now it's Ginn. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And now running right through it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Fresh set of downs here. Breeze now to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 2nd down following the incompletion. Breeze now. He uncorks it for Snead. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Brees going to throw. And Thomas has it. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Into the red zone, it's Brees. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
To throw, it's Brees. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And his kick is right through. A 10-play drive that time. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool him and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Again, it's Stafford. It's complete. Abdullah. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Throw left side taken in by Galladay. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
To the air again, Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Stafford looks to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Golden Tate from 6 yards away. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
yeah,
you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Six yards to go here on second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Breeze to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Saints on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Ingram again. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. Pushes past him. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. The Saints on third down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They run it again with Kamara, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. On the punt there. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. All right, let's discuss Ameer Abdullah. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about the 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Caught right side, Tate. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run with Abdullah. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And he'll spike it here with 13 seconds showing on the clock. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
To throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.